When you think of the first loot boxes ever made, you probably think of games like Team Fortress 2 or CSGO, or maybe even Pokemon TCG Online. Most people, including this PC Gamer article, think that ZT Online, a Chinese MMORPG, was the first game to have loot boxes, but that's wrong. It was actually this game called maplestory. maplestory was originally made in April of 2003 by Nexon Studio, remember that name, and a year later in June of 2004, they introduced gachapon machines into the game, where you pay money to get random items. Does gacha sound familiar? Needless to say, this was successful, and sadly, this would get the attention of other video game companies. Can you guess who I'm talking about yet? No, not Valve. EA. In 2009, FIFA 09 was released, and along with it, the introduction of card packs. Card packs were essentially a pay-to-win system where you buy a pack full of random characters. EA would continue with the card packs for the future of FIFA games, and also implement these pay-to-win systems in their other titles, like Star Wars Battlefront 2, which got really controversial, as well as one of my favorite series, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. How loot boxes ever made it into a Plants vs. Zombies game is beyond me. Anyways, let's go back to a couple years to 2010. Team Fortress 2 was receiving constant updates, but Valve knew they were missing something, so they added loot crates to their game. I believe this is the first game with loot crates I mentioned that doesn't have pay to win at all, as these loot crates only contained hats, name tags, paint, and while they did drop weapons too, players receive weapon drops periodically, allowing people to get every weapon in the game for free. There were also way less weapons in the game at this point. Valve, seeing the success of Team Fortress 2's loot crates, decided to implement this system for CSGO, adding it in 2013, a year after launching the game. These loot boxes were also not pay to win, so good on you, Valve. Ever since then, many game companies have added their own version of loot crates. Even Assassin's Creed did this for absolutely no reason. Oh yeah, remember when I told you to remember the name Nexon Studio? Well, they are the real greedy people of the bunch. One of my favorite games growing up was Combat Arms. It was kind of like Call of Duty, but it had this really fun zombies mode. And Nexon's system of microtransactions, which isn't loot crates, but I'm really mad about this, okay, is buying and renting the weapons that people use. So you would rent out a weapon for days of grinding the game, only to be able to use it for 24 hours. This essentially turns what could be a very fun and entertaining game into a pay-to-win mess. If you don't constantly have the mines rented out, then you would basically lose in the zombies game mode. If they could just get rid of this system, then this would be a way more popular and fun game, but they just don't. Anyways, tangent over, video over, cool drawing not over, look at the drawing over, end screen.